That was a real thriller. And we go straight into the next one. Benito Sereno. All right, we should have time for one more tournament game here. And then we'll take a look at the standings, see how we're doing. Holy cow, that is a long message. I don't know if I can read that much. Let's play a Sicilian. Don't think I've played a Sicilian today. Or maybe I have. Let's see what we can do. Dragon, Najdorf. Some people have been playing some dragons today. I think the dragon... Yeah, Pablo, the Brussels hasn't been a successful point racker-upper. So I'm going to try the dragon out. Maybe the dragon is the way to play the Sicilian. Let's test it out. See what we can do against Benito. Who's having to think here. He's trying to decide on some lines. Maybe is it the time to go for the Yugoslav attack? Should I just play principled, develop the stuff, and castle? Should I play this interesting G3 line? Or is it just time to face the dragon head on? Benito taking a think, deciding to be practical. Can't blame him. And we'll see what happens here. Yeah, very good game grab. I was very happy. I thought it was a very interesting, exciting game. Okay, switching back to this idea. You know, maybe he's saying he's waiting for me to castle so he can chuck G4 at me. I think that's the big plan, huh? Maybe that's the big plan. A6 might not be such a silly move. If white's waiting, maybe I should wait as well. Kind of just get a feel for it. A6 will probably be played anyway. If I knew where I wanted my knight, I could also put my knight wherever I want that right now. But I think I'm going to play A6, play a little Dragadorf. Maybe the Dragadorf is the answer here. Kind of mixing the dragon and the Najdorf together. Putting them together. Best of both worlds. See if this is the way forward. And we're also just kind of waiting. I want to know where the white king is headed. So I'm just kind of asking for a little bit more information, trying to make a useful move. And yeah, if you castle kingside, that'll be good to know that I don't have to worry about all these mating attacks. If you play queen to d2, I'll kind of get the idea that maybe your intentions are a little bit more aggressive. And I will now need to adjust to this way that you're playing. So knight should go wherever the knight needs to go. Ultimately, it's here, so I mean, this is probably the logical path. But I am thinking deeper into the future. I'm going to be playing these moves and these moves, so I could even start with a move like this, which seems kind of silly. But yeah, we'll just keep it normal. We'll just play knight c6 here. We'll just play knight c6. Ultimately, after moves like bishop d7, rook c8 are played, knight will be heading to the c4 square. And yeah, we'll be looking for some tactics. If okay, white is pretty much committed to this plan, and I'm actually delaying castling, which is an interesting idea. So I haven't castled yet. Obviously, it's very realistic that I will castle on the king side. Not gonna be castling queen side, but you know. So if he starts this hack attack and my king's actually not over there, he might open it up and discover there's not actually a king to checkmate over there. Oh gosh. These texts in the chat are just way too long for me to read. But, okay, so plan. Rook c8. So white probably will choose now which way to castle. All indications are white is going queenside. But it's been kind of a patient waiting game. Neither side has committed the king yet. So it's Benito's turn. Determine where you want your king, and we'll take it from there. So yeah, this move is very possible. Often, black can play h5 to counter this, or I can just let it happen. I can just let h5 happen. I think I am going to stop it, which possibly means it's even less likely that I castle kingside now. But very often h5 and these exact dragon structures are a good idea. Just slowing g4 down, because g4 now is at least a pawn sacrifice, which is even less likely to happen if my king's not over there. But the problem with keeping your king in the center is that sometimes they bust open the center. All right, I've gathered the information I need. King went over here. Time for the typical maneuvers. And king b1. The opponent actually is playing very well. King b1 and even king a1 are very typical in these kinds of positions. Just avoiding lots of the long-term tactics. So Very well done. I expect some normal continuation. Sometimes this bishop ends up going to c5, after which case sometimes there's takes, and then this rook actually goes back to c5. It's kind of like a deep waiting idea in a lot of these positions. But yeah, I think if I just cancel kingside, we have a very, very normal dragon. Uh-oh. The number one player in the tournament is apparently in a little bit of trouble. But yeah, I'm going to be heading over here. If you let my knight live here, I mean, it's not going to happen because I'm going to be attacking both these pieces. But there's all these sacrifices to keep in mind. Knight takes b2, knight a3 check. There's all sorts of sacks to keep in mind. If this knight is not guarded by like a queen, for example, there's rook takes c3 sacrifices coming into play. And I will have to demonstrate how to checkmate me. It's going to be exciting. We're going to see what happens here. So a possible way of continuing is putting one of these rooks on the g file and playing g4. Also, white might want to consider doing stuff directly in the center, but it's really not easy. Knight d5 is also kind of a semi-normal idea, where if I take, then it would be here. So he goes for this. This is fascinating. So e5 is sort of the threat. It gives up this square, and it allows potential sacrifices. So I can already consider rook takes c3, which I really might do. Which yeah, I really might do. Really, really might do it. Just gotta talk myself into it. Let me work myself up. Make sure to have a look around. Because if I allow e5, how bad is this gonna be? Okay, so the positional option, I guess, would be to play here. The problem is I don't think I have time for it. Trying to get the light squared bishops, but nah, don't really have time for it. I'm gonna go for this. Let's have a little bit of fun here. There's gonna be some fascinating lines, like after queen takes, knight takes. Can you play like knight e6? There's gonna be some crazy stuff. But if it's kind of goes normal, I'll be taking here. I'll technically be down in exchange, but I'll get a pawn for it. And one of the first questions I'm going to have is, okay, first of all, where's the normal queen move? I guess she goes back. Can I even play a move like knight to c5? I guess here's also a normal queen move, right? But there, knight c5, and my knights are going to hop over here. Get the knights hopping. The knights get hopping, there ain't no stopping. I do. I mean, I'm playing openings on purpose. So rook takes c3 is a very normal sacrifice in this opening. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to play aggressive. I'm trying to play aggressive against the viewers. See how much pressure we can put people under. You know, because you can tell it's not easy, Benito, having a deep think here. It's not so easy. And there's all sorts of random tactics, too, based on, like, removing the defender of this bishop. So, yeah, okay, he defends this square, but there were, you know, some other ideas of potentially removing defenders that have been sort of addressed already. Question. No, because then I can play here. No, but then you can take here. I don't have queen b6. I was hoping I had queen b6 in that position, which would force the knight here and I'd win this bishop. But no, I don't think that's happening at all. So, queen b6 is super fascinating. Because it's such a risky move, going on the same diagonal as the bishop. But the bishop's pinned, and I'm almost creating threats, but just not yet. Just not yet. Could castle... Knight c5 I don't think is actually working. Queen c7 for knight c4 might be a normal way of continuing here. I gotta be kind of careful. b5, knight c4 might also be okay. White's next move is probably to harass my knight. So I'm trying to figure out what to do about that. Queen b6 is just so fascinating, though. I don't think it works. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. As we've kind of addressed, working and being a good move are not necessarily prerequisites for my decision-making process. But Queen b6 is just so fascinating because obviously this knight can do like all sorts of stuff. You know, where we're going to be capturing here and here, and I'm going to be hoping this knight gets trapped in here. You know, if you go here though, there's a pin, so I will win this guy. If here, I'm hoping for knight c5, or now b4 is hopefully not a threat. Right, so now knight c4 should be playable. There's also here, which needs to be considered as well, very seriously. Knight c4 threatens checkmate. He can play g3. He can play knight to b3. Okay. Let's go for this. This is the most direct way of playing. Threatening checkmate. And potentially trying to take this bishop in a lot of lines. And yeah, if the knight goes here, oh. Yeah, I'm trying to open up this bishop too. I'm trying to get the dragon bishop into this game. I'm trying to provoke like g3, so maybe there'll be some fork tactics here at some point. Just trying to see if Benito can survive the attack. Milk the Funk, how's it going? Equal M, how's it going? Good to have you guys with us. I guess there's been a lot of good games in this tournament. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, this spending a little bit more time. So I assume I can actually collect material now by taking here. Because I'm on the rook. So this seems to win material, and my position still seems very, very fine. Quite delightful, actually. But this really should be the conclusion. It should end with, so just do it. So just take the bishop and then win some material. But trying to have a look around because, you know, I want stuff to be happening. Like I'm trying to find some beautiful, beautiful mate here. Trying to find it. But it's not coming to me. I'm trying to find something real pretty. But not seeing it. Not seeing it. So yeah, I guess we'll go in for this line. Just kind of the cash out, win some material. Hopefully have the safer king. I won't have the safer king, but I'll have the material. So that'll have to do. Expecting here and here. I don't think there's any rook move. I'd be kind of surprised if some rook move was played here. Yeah, okay. So now I'm going to take the rook. Settle for being up material. It's against my better nature. I want to play here. This queen takes, though. I want to do something different, but alright. Let's take this sensible play. And now a5, maybe. Try to figure out how white wants to deal with the threat of a4. Eek. Getting a lot of messages. a4 coming in hot. And I don't see it. So we'll let white figure out exactly what to do here. a4 coming in hot. This could be a successful Yugoslav, or yeah, I guess we'll call it a Yugoslav. A successful dragon though for black. Really like my position, and excuse me. We'll see if we can take down Benito. Not seeing a good move actually, so this does feel like a lot of trouble. And there's a4 giving up a pawn to survive for like a little bit. But that's not going to be a good move. Oh, maybe here. Actually, maybe I finally spotted what he needs to do. An a4, knight d2. Yeah, okay, so maybe. Yeah, this has to be played. That's the only thing, right? So, yeah, expect that move to be played. And take it from there. We'll still play a4, and we'll kick things around, try to make life even tougher. See if we can find a way to make life tougher for white. No. Okay, but now a4. I don't think this was the right one, so it was hard. I can also take that rook. But let's just play a4. And the knight can't move away. Yeah, and this is also another problem I have that other people should try to avoid. Where I'm just moving too quickly here. Obviously, if I take like one more second, I can possibly find a problem with this move. So I should grab the rook now. Grab the knight. Don't be like me. Take your time, even when they don't have time. It's important that you also take your time. It's a lesson I've told myself a million times, but I haven't taken it to heart yet. But yeah, looks like this one is going to be a win. I think this is going to be the last game of this tournament. There's probably not enough time to play another game. But yeah, we'll take a look at the scoreboard. See how we've done here. Oh, now. Oh! Last trick. Castles here. Okay. One last trick. I like it. We'll just play here. Allow this trade, obviously, because who cares about it. Okay, my opponent has now resigned, facing less than a second on the clock. And I can do whatever. I was going to go here, threatening this check with a rook coming over to the a file. Thank you for the game, Benito. It was actually a very interesting dragon. Oops. A very, very interesting dragon where, yeah, my opponent started with bishop to e2 and then followed up with this quiet move, this bishop to e3. I'm assuming if I castle right away, I mean, it's obviously got to be fine. I was wondering if there was any any of these nonsense lines that maybe could be difficult. I don't know if maybe g4 was the point or something. Computer boldly just points out d5 is good for black. But, you know, it was just a waiting game. So he was waiting. I was waiting. We both wanted to know what the other person was coming up to. And, yeah, h5 is probably correct. All these moves seems kind of normal. And now we've kind of hit about where we go about the normal middle game plans. And my opponent actually has to make a pretty big decision here. How do you want to handle this? So trying to bust open the center does make quite a bit of sense to me. Computer finds like some knight b3 prophylactic stuff. And this sacrifice, let's see. So the computer actually prefers knight to c4, which I think is the normal move. One of the reasons I didn't go directly for knight to c4 was I didn't know if here immediately or very soon e5 was going to be a very strong move. The computer just easily plays knight to g4. This is not so easy for me, though. Not so easy for me. Hey, Liam. Hey, Cagnus Marlson. Good to have you as well. Good to have you, Chess Hike and Lechem Burton. Power is mine. Good to have you as well. I mean, for me, this is not easy at all, allowing this this capture on d6. In my mind, from afar, this is not so easy to allow something like this. I mean, the computer doesn't care and just whatever, solves the problems, gets castled, and you're doing fine over there. But, you know, I'm a real person, so not that easy for me. So I decided to go in for the sacrifice, which I don't think is so incorrect. Computer maybe not impressed, but it seems fine. It seems like it was a very reasonable decision. And here, yeah, what did I come up with? I came up with an interesting option here. Queen b6 also was kind of controversial. This is the kind of move that can get you in to a little bit of trouble. And here, oh my gosh, what the computer's found. I don't. b4? Are you joking? I allowed b4. Of all the things, I lined my queen up with a bishop. And of all the things, b4 is the problem? What? 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 There is a tournament, but I think it's just wrapping up. It's a 10-minute tournament, and there's like less than 5 minutes left. But okay, so here knight to c4 asks a lot of questions. B3 probably is the better way to do this, but understandably not easy at all. I didn't think this would be very easy for my opponent. Knight g3 is funny. Knight g3 is funny. The bishop blocks this guy, so if you take here, I can grab this guy presumably. But yeah, so he tried here, which just at least wins material, and then it got even worse. I played here, and again, the computer surprises me. I thought maybe the only move would be queen to c1, but also trying to get these queens off the board seems like a reasonable way of doing it. But either way, white is in a little bit of trouble. Then I moved quick, didn't take the rook right away. We got to it in the end, but now, yeah. Very interesting game, though. It became, I think this practically and even objectively is a very good decision, especially against a human, to go in for the typical sacrifice here. Queen b6, it's a tough move to play, but it just worked out in the end. So thank you to Benito. I appreciated the game.